everyone? Tetrick85 here, and welcome to my AFC Wimbledon career mode here on on FIFA 21. But this particular career mode is going to be unlike any other career mode that I've done, and the big reason for that is that this career mode is going to be technically almost like a continuation or a sequel to the MasterBucks FIFA 17 Road to Glory career mode he did with the same club. Which, before I get into that, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. But a little bit of explaining why I'm deciding to do this career mode. I should talk about AFC Wimbledon. They are the Phoenix club that came from Wimbledon FC, who relocated Milton Keynes and became the Milton Keynes Dons, who began league play in 2004. But I've always had a bit of a soft spot, even with the Wimbledon FC, the first club before AFC Wimbledon came out. I remember whenever I first started watching the Premier League in the 90s, and Wimbledon were among the teams. Wimbledon was among the teams. And I always got fascinated by them. My first thought, to be honest with you, was because I was new to football at the time. I'm like, I didn't even know Wimbledon had a football team, considering you associate Wimbledon with the popular tennis tournament. But, and then I noticed that they had the awesome navy blue and almost like a gold trim to the kits, and I thought those looked nice, and sadly for Wimbledon, they ended up getting relegated. They spent their entire, from the Premier League era, which started in 1992-93, they were among the 22 founding members of the Premier League, and they were in the Premier League up until the relegation at the end of the 99-2000 season, where they got relegated alongside Sheffield Wednesday and Watford, which the latter was their first season in the Premier League era. But like I just said, Wimbledon FC ended up relocating. They ended up becoming Milton Keynes Dons, and then AFC Wimbledon was founded by the fans, and they ended up going up the English League pyramid. They ended up going as high as League One. As a matter of fact, they achieved promotion to League One at the end of the 2015-16 campaign. And they had just recently went back down in the past couple seasons. They went back down to League Two, suffering their first ever relegation back to League Two, which we will be starting this career mode in League Two. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, how is this a continuation of the MasterBucks career mode when he took Wimbledon to the Premier League at the end of his FIFA 17 career mode? Well, first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is that our manager is Archie Mason. For those of you that don't know who Archie Mason is or aren't familiar with his MasterBucks career mode, he was the Scout Future Star Youth Academy prospect that he ended up getting from using that particular perk on FIFA 17, and to put it nicely, Archie Mason did not exactly set the world on fire during his time at AFC Wimbledon, and he ended up, due to health reasons, forced into early retirement, and he got his management certifications. Now, also during this time, which, like I said, Wimbledon did achieve promotion to the Premier League at the end of the second season in the MasterBucks career mode. What ended up happening, sadly, for AFC Wimbledon is because of all the pre-contract signings that were made and all the free agent signings they were made. Somewhere along the lines, AFC Wimbledon violated financial fair play rules. And as a result of that, they ended up getting not only an administrative relegation from the Premier League all the way down to League Two. But because of this, a lot of the stars ended up leaving. And not only did a lot of the stars end up leaving, but the pre-contract signings that MasterBucks made, for example, Marvelous Nakamba, his contract ended up getting terminated because of this. And because they are of the financial fair play violations that this team has upon it, they also have a transfer embargo placed upon them. Which, needless to say, means we will not be able to do any transfers whatsoever in this opening season of this AFC Wimbledon career mode, which I'm going to show you guys the squad here real soon, but But there's a little bit of a backstory I wanted to give as to how I want to go about this. Like I said, we are in League 2, and I wanted to have at least a little bit of a storyline for you guys, which I'm going to have the story in the description below in case I didn't make myself clear just now. But we are going to be picking up Wimbledon from the ashes once again, though. Instead of relocation, we have to deal with financial administration. But without further ado, we are going to be looking at the squad. And this is, for the most part, the squad that the MasterBucks had at the end of Season 2. Though you are going to see some omissions in this squad. You're not going to see, Dion Kelly-Evans on right back. We have Guinness Walker over there instead. Of course, Archie Mason is not on this team. Harvey Cooper was a save-specific goalkeeper. He was also 76 rated, so we had to replace him. Scott Walker, or Sam Walker, I should say, is going to be our starting goalkeeper. To talk about the players, you can see a lot of, we've got Ryan Kent, Joe Bryan, and Federico Barber. These are our three highest rated players, and because, we are theoretically able to sell players and loan out players, but we can't buy players. So because of us not buying players, I am going to keep this squad, at least for this year. But I will tell you right now, should we reach League 1, which you can tell by the squad, this is an insane squad for known League 2, but would also be an insane squad for League 1. We should be able to reach League 1 by the end of the season. But at the beginning of Season 2, should we be in League 1, Barber, Bryan, and Kent will be transfer listed. I will be selling them. And a lot of the other players that I plan on selling too, especially you get like Marvin Schultz. He may stick around, though he might not. Lyle Taylor, he's already 30 years of age. He's going to be my backup, even though he's higher rated than Andre Ivan. Which I have Andre Ivan as captain because he did get back-to-back Player of the Year awards on MasterBucks career mode. But you can see George Thomas remains on the team. Andre Dozell and Josh Scowen remain on the team. Leonardo da Silva Lopez remains a part of the team. Julian Ngoy remains part of this team. You can see also Darius Charles, who was a rock in defense in Season 1 of his career mode, remains in this team. But those are pretty much, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players that remain from the MasterBucks squad at the end of Season 2. Everybody else, including Dominic Napoleon, there was Dean Parrott, there was Jake Reeves, Harvey Cooper, Dion Kelly-Evans, all of them moved on from this point, but a couple of them did remain and wanted to help Archie Mason rebuild this team. You can see our reserves right here, which we're going to go deeper into the squad here, which I'm going to go in the squad hub here. We're going to look at development. But you can see, I'm just going to scroll down. I already have a contract sorted out. I already have development plans sorted out. I already have, which another thing I need to say too is that, which I'm going to show you guys here with Joe Bryan. That is the number that he wore on MasterBucks career mode. So I did end up adding the kit numbers that they were in the career mode. So I did that as well. And I already took care of the Youth Academy scouts, which this first season I'm going to concentrate on Youth Academy. Because a lot of these players are going to end up being replaced anyway. But I already have development plans made for these guys. A lot of these guys are going to be... Some of these guys are actually going to be converting positions. Like Shane McLaughlin, I'm actually going to convert him to right winger because he is higher rated in that position. Marvin Schultz, I'm converting him to center back because A, he was a center back in the MasterBucks career mode, and B, he is higher rated in that position. Josh Scowen, I'm going to convert him from a CDM to center mid. No real change in his overall, it's just that way it'll be consistent with that career mode. Julian Ngoy, I'm converting him to right winger, even though he was a striker in the MasterBucks career mode. Same with Jack Rudani. He is a new player, and he is wearing Archie Mason's number 7, which I do apologize if you hear that in the background. My sisters are playing with the dogs, and I forgot to mute my phone. But we are gonna. Jack Rudoni is wearing Archie Mason's number 7 for this particular career mode. Alex Woodyard, a new player that was on this team originally. Leonardo da Silva Lopez was a right mid in my MasterBucks career mode. I am converting him to center attacking mid because he is actually higher rated in that position. Again, I do apologize for the noise in the background. But Anthony Hartigan, I am going to have him loan listed. Andre Dozel actually has some decent stats on him. I am going to keep him as a center mid, though, because he's not any higher rated as I can. But you see he has the flair, playmaker, and outside foot shot traits. George Dobson, original player on this team, also has some decent traits on him. George Thomas, I really wish they would be quiet in that in the background. I might end up having to get up and say something about him, but George Thomas, a part of the MasterBucks career mode, only 63 rated. He is one of the players that I am looking to move forward. But Chislett, you have a lot of the lower rated players I'm going to have loan listed. You can see Ryan Kent amongst the highest rated players. Lyle Taylor, my backup striker. And we have Andre Yvonne, who is the I also have on a plan. He has decent potential. He has potential of up to 74 or 75. And you can see Lyle Taylor is not going to grow anymore. You can probably see that little icon on the right-hand side. Anytime you're doing a development plan with a player in a career mode and you see that icon, that means they are no longer capable of growing. So if you see that icon, then you know you're not going to be able to grow them anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys player attributes. If there's anybody in particular you are interested in, you just go ahead and pause the video. But you can see we're going to start off with our goalkeeper. We have, I think I saw 31 people that are on the squad. But yeah, I really wish my family would not do that with the dogs, especially when they know I'm recording. But it is what it is, and I do apologize for that. And unfortunately, I don't have the means to make a soundproof room or have a really good set of earphones or even a microphone. As a matter of fact, the earphones I'm using right now to record right now, I got from the Dollar General for $5. You know, I just don't have the financial means to do what I need to in order to get in soundproof these. That way you don't get any background noise. But take a look at some of the stats here. Like I said before, this is an insane squad for League 2. But you can see McLaughlin, buckload of pace, not the best physicality, decent dribbling, not great defending at all for a... I mean, he is a right wing back, but... Yeah, I just figured just convert him to a right winger. Marvin Schultz, you can see good physicality, not bad pace, good defending. Scowen, well-rounded midfielder. Ngoy, excellent pace, decent dribbling, not bad shooting, decent physicality, which means he's not going to get pushed out the ball easily. Udani, decent pace, though needs work on all other aspects of his game. Woodyard, pretty decent outside of his shooting. Leonardo Lopez, not only does he have the pace, but he has the dribbling as well as the passing, so that's why I'm training him as a center attacking mid. Also, the fact that he is also better suited. He also is going to get a overall boost from that. Dozel, good pace. You could argue that he would make a good cam, but I'm going to keep him as a center attacking mid. But George Dobson, you can see some of his stats right there. George Thomas, decent pace. He is only 23 years of age. Good dribbling. Decent physicality. He's not going to get pushed off the ball terribly easily. Same with Chislett. Though his defending is not that great. Physicality could be a little bit better. I saw low-rated player. I am going to go ahead and go, and I already do have him loan listed. Ryan Kent, awesome pace and dribbling. Decent passing, not terrible shooting. Excuse me. Lyle Taylor's got a good bit of pace about him. Decent shooting, decent dribbling, good physicality. And Andre Yvonne, good pace, good shooting, good dribbling, good physicality. good passing, a well-rounded striker that we have in that position. But now we're going to be looking at objectives here, which we're going to go here, which pay no attention to transfer budget. We are not touching that whatsoever. We are in a transfer embargo, meaning we can't get any permanent signings. We can't sign free agents. We can't even sign players in on loan. We are absolutely not allowed adding players to the wage bill. If anything, we are able to sell players or loan out players. Essentially, we can take players out of a squad, but we can't bring any in. So, but we're going to look at objectives here. Youth development, high, sign at least 3 players younger than 20 years old, potential greater than average overrating, playing currently in the same position. We are going to be looking at our youth academy here pretty soon because we should be getting a decent player in, hopefully. Brand exposure, sign 1 young player, which we can't sign anybody unless it's from the youth academy. Now we are allowed, despite the transfer embargo, we are allowed to register youth academy players and graduate them. But as far as anything else, that's about the only way we're going to be able to sign anybody. Which I don't know if that's what this entails, but if they're expecting us to pay a permanent transfer budget on a transfer on the player, then we're not going to be able to do that. Financial, sell 2 players and sign 1 crucial player to replace them. Finish the season without any unspent transfer budget. We are unable to do that because we are on the transfer embargo. League 2, no surprise, they want us to win the league. And the FA Cup, they want us to reach the round of 16. Though I do want to win, I'm probably not going to focus on the FA Cup until we do reach the Premier League because whenever Wimbledon won their first and only FA Cup to date, that was in the 1988 final, the famous final against Liverpool, of which they ended up winning 1-0, and they were a top-flight team at the time. As a matter of fact, it was only, I think, their 3rd or 4th season in the top flight, they were already able to get a piece of silverware, but of course we're not in Europe, needless to say, us being in Europe should be a no-brainer, but take a look at our youth staff. I did fire the English scout that they did have in there, but I ended up getting 3 good ones here. Paul Sjogren from Sweden, Carlo Gotti from Italy, and Samuel van der Bosch from Belgium. So what I'm going to do, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing this in this video here pretty soon, but you can see Adam Clark right there, but we are going to go ahead and look at our invoice here. And we are in the preseason tournament, though. Come to think of it, I really don't know why. I mean, if anything, I do want to see how good this team is in sim games, which I am going to be simming the entirety of the beginning of the preseason tournament. I probably will not play a preseason game unless we reach the final. Then I will play the final, but we are grouped alongside Kortrijk, Leuven, and Osnabrück. Kortrijk and Leuven are from Belgium, whereas Osnabrück is from Germany. Of course, important transfer information. Vision expectations, we already talked about that for a scouting report. And our main scout is Lucas Buckley, which is awesome because, for those of you who know, MasterBucks' real name is Jake Buckley. So I think that's rather cool that we're getting that there. But the board does want us to look at Adam Clark, so without further ado, he is a center mid, CDM, 51 rated, 16 years of age, good agility, balance. Not sure about him, to be honest. Santiago Cabrera, a 17-year-old, 50 rated Chilean, with potential up to 84. Lorenzo De Smet, center back / left back, 17 years of age, 58 rated. Kirk Bruce, Scottish 16-year-old center attacking mid. Angel Valencia, 49 rated, 15 years of age from Venezuela. And Leo Auer from Austria, 16 years of age, is a striker. But I'm going to go ahead and put development plans on these guys and just go from there. I'm probably going to end up releasing most of these guys, if not all of them. And this guy is indeed a center attacking mid, so I'm going to go ahead and put that plan on him. Cabrera, left mid. Good pace, good physicality. Not sure if he's going to cut it as a winger, though. I mean, he can. I'm going to go ahead and convert him as a winger because I do have a formation that does accommodate wingers. But I do want to improve Adam Clark's weak foot. He's only 2-star weak foot as opposed to 5-star skill move, so I do want to work on that. Kirk Bruce looks like a cam, so I'm gonna go ahead work on his skill moves as well as his pace and dribbling. Valencia, same thing with him. He looks like a cam, so I'm gonna put him in advanced playmaker, work on his weak foot as well as his passing and dribbling. And Leo Auer, good pace, not the best shooting, good dribbling. I'm thinking he's either cam or a winger. 4 weeks as a cam. Yeah, he's looking more like a winger than a striker, so I am going to put him under the left winger plan. No, let's go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the other tables here real quick. I'm going to show you guys the Premier League, League 1, and League 2. And for the most part, these are true to life, though. Remember, this is FIFA 21, so a lot of teams like Wrexham, Notts County, Bromley, all those teams are not in this particular FIFA, so I had to improvise. But this is what the Premier League looks like in real life. And the Championship, I'm going to show you that the Championship is true to life. But from League 2, League 1 on, I did take a few liberties. As you can see, we got the Steel City Derby between Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. But you can see a lot of teams like Cheltenham's no longer in League 1. Port Vale is no longer in League 1. Wrexham would be in there, but I had to take some liberties with that. But we are going to go ahead. We are going to look at the R table here real quick. Of course, like I said, we are grouped alongside Kortrijk, Leuven, and Osnabrück, whereas the other side sees Firenze, which I believe they are from Portugal. Sint-Truiden is from Belgium, Mouscron is from Belgium, and Middlesbrough, of course, is English. And then we're going to look at... Oh, and another thing is, too, we are taking part in the Papa John's Trophy. I really do not care about the Papa John's Trophy in this opening season, as a matter of fact. My main goal, as a matter of fact, my only main goal in this first season is to get promoted to League 1. And then once we get to League 1, then I'll start making transfers, bringing in the players I want to bring in. And I will go be for the Papa John's Trophy. And when we reach League 1, whenever we reach the Championship, I might look to make a run in Carabao Cup. FA Cup, I really don't care about until we reach the Premier League. But you can see our table right here, League 2. You can see Forest Green is in here. They're no longer in League 1. Oldham is no longer in League 1. League 2, rather. Rochdale no longer in League 2. Scunthorpe, Southend. Wait, I don't know about Southend, but I know Scunthorpe is not in League 2 anymore. And, some decent teams there. I know Bradford City is not that bad of a team. Crewe Alexandria is not too bad of a team. Fleetwood Town. Of course, the Bain rivalry with MK Dons. I'm going to be looking forward to that one. Newport County, my old Road to Glory career mode team. Salford should be a challenge. Swindon, Tranmere, Walsall. There are some decent teams in League 2, but like I said before, we are insanely stacked for being a League 2 side. But we are going to go ahead, and I want to at the very least, send my youth scouts out for the before I end this episode. Okay, we got some player chats here. Madeline is happy that we bring him out on loan. Yvonne, telling him we got plenty of work to do. But we're going to be sending a scout out on the 2nd. We're going to be sending another one out on the 3rd. And we're going to be sending another one out on the 4th. But for this one right here, I am going to go ahead. Judgment, 4-star, 4-star judgment. I'm going to be sending this scout to England. Hopefully we can find the next Archie Mason. Hopefully you do a lot better than what Archie Mason did. 6 months, we're gonna go attacker, because not only do I want wingers, but I also want strikers, and another cam wouldn't hurt as well. But we're gonna send him out. We are gonna go ahead and we're gonna move forward one day. Now, our 5-star, we are gonna be concentrating on a goalkeeper, because I do want to eventually replace Sam Walker. And I am going to be sending him to Spain because I do want to find the next Nacho Camacho from the TheMasterBucks career mode. So we're only going to go 3 months here. It shouldn't take any more than 3 months. Actually, no, I am going to go 6 months, and then we're going to go goalkeeper. Because even if we get a surplus of goalkeepers, I can either drop them or promote them, but sell them on for a fee. But we're gonna move forward one more time. No, not 2 more times. 1 more time. And then we are going to be sending our final scout out. We are going to be sending them to Australia. And I am going to be focusing on defensive-minded players here in Australia. Hopefully we can get good amount of defenders. Defensive-minded, we're going to go ahead and do that. But I think what we're going to do here, because we still got a couple minutes before I end the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sim through this group stage. And if we make it out of the group stage, and I'll begin the next episode with the semifinal, simming that and see if we can reach the final or not. But I'm going to show you guys the kits here that Wimbledon have. Now, even though these blue kits are the designated home kits, I am going to have them more as an away kit. Because I do want to wear these because I think they look much nicer than the home kits, so I'm going to be switching. These are going to be my away, and these are going to be my home kits. But I'm simming this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But whenever I actually play a game, then that's how I'll do it. But we are going to go ahead. We are going to quick sim this. Now we are playing some decent opposition here, so... And we do get a 2-1 win. Andre Ivan scoring the first goal of this career mode alongside Josh Skelwin. Another thing I do have to say, too, is that I am going to be simming a lot of the games here in this first half of the first season. That way I can hurry up and get youth reports in, and I will be ending each episode with a youth scout report. So the next several episodes are going to be on a bit of on the short side compared to most other career modes that I do, but we are going to go ahead. Hopefully get an offer in for him. Now we're going to sim this game against Osnabrück. I always like to save before each game because I don't know if I fixed this glitch or not, but sometimes when you sim a match, the game ends up freezing, and I really don't want to have to go back and deal with that nonsense. So we are going to go ahead, sim this game. And we end up losing this one, so we ended up winning one and losing one. Which, oddly enough, Osnabrück is playing in the second division of German football, whereas Leuven was playing in the top division of Belgian football, but yet we beat the top flight side, but they ended up losing to the second division side, but it is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and sim this last game here. We got more notifications. We got a loan offer for Cox, another player that I am interested in loaning in. And Clomby, I am going to go ahead and accept that. You know, I'm not sure if I even want to play the preseason final. I might actually sim it, believe it or not. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it would be nice if we win a trophy, but even if we don't win this particular preseason tournament, I can always do another one next season. So, I think I'm just going to sim all the way through here till we get our first scouting reports in. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to sim this, which I did forget to show Osnabrück's kits, but I'm going to go ahead and just sim past this. And we do get the 2-0 win, and Goy and Dozel end up scoring goals from us. So a lot of players that MasterBucks brought in, which I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, which I also have in the description. This career mode is dedicated to the MasterBucks, so any input here, it is due to him. I am not trying to do this and claiming it as my own. This is, for the most part, the MasterBucks career mode, but I'm just continuing it, just so there's no... At least, that way nobody can say, oh, well, you're stealing his idea. Well, no. Okay, first home game. That is before a scouting report, so... I'm going to go ahead and sim this game, and what I'm going to do is... If we make it past here, then we're going to go ahead and... Position change for Kent. Cabrera position change. I'll look at those here pretty soon. This might end up being a long first episode. But we're going to go and accept that. But we are up against Stan Trouden here in the semifinals of the preseason tournament. We're going to go ahead and... This is a top division side in Belgium football. We're going to go ahead and quick sim this. And we get the 1-0 win. Andre Yvonne with the goal. And you can see a bunch of yellows. Okay, so... Okay, that's it. And our final is up against XL Mouscron, which is from Belgium. Colombayi has been loaned out. Tournament money, which has nothing to do with us because we're not... we're not allowed to spend any money. But we are going to go... We're going to sim to this match against Mouscron, and we are going to end it here because not only we're going to play this game against Mouscron, but we're also going to be playing the opening match against Rochdale here at home. And I am going to end the next episode by getting our first batch of scouting reports in. And in the following episode, I'll be simming most of these, including this cup game against Gillingham. And then we'll be ending the following episode with scouting reports and so on and so forth. Each episode will be ending with a scouting report. Up until we get, I feel like we've got a good enough youth academy, or our time with our scouts is up, but we're going to go ahead. Cox loaned out, Nightingale loan offer. I'm going to go ahead, delegate this. But that is where I'm going to call it for this episode. Next time I see you guys, we will be playing this preseason tournament final against Mouscron. That way we can get some gameplay here in this episode. As well as we're going to play this game against Rochdale, and then we'll be getting our first batch of youth scouts in. So hope you guys are looking forward to this career mode. I feel like this is going to be a special one, and like I said, this is dedicated to MasterBucks. And I doubt he'll be watching this, but if he is, MasterBucks, thank you guys so much for having an awesome FIFA 17 career mode, and I really hope I do you a service by having an awesome career mode here, continuing on with your story here in FIFA 21. So, but thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.